Welcome to the Tourism Hub podcast, a podcast devoted to you and your excellence, providing inspiration and education for the entrepreneurs, experience makers, and excellence seekers of our industry to take your tourism business and career to a whole new level.
Relax.
Seasonality, one of the most important features of tourism demand, and it can either be your biggest challenge or your greatest opportunity. Hello and welcome, my beautiful Tourism Hub family. It's Despina Karatzias here, and you're tuning into another episode of the Tourism Hub podcast, brought to you by the Institute of Excellence, the home of tourism and small business industry development greatness. Now, I'm especially excited to be with you today because I recently had the great fortune to pen an article. Yes, I wrote an article on behalf of Business Victoria, all about how small businesses can best manage seasonality. Now, running a hot air balloon operation for some time did give me a bit of a masterclass in running a tourism seasonal business that is at the mercy and the hands of Mother Nature and the weather gods. So I'll be adding that article to our show notes at instituteofexcellence.com/71. And you can also simply Google Business Victoria Seasonal Strategies 2025 and it should pop up first if you want to read and you can't wait and you want to have a look at the original feature. But here's the thing, I didn't just want this to sit on a page. I want to bring it to life for you, my incredible Tourism Hub community of tourism operators and business owners and dreamers and doers and leaders. So today I'm taking the time to repurpose that article as I share with all of my businesses and, give you some of the best insights from the article, but also add a little extra tourism spice and love the only way that we know how. Because let's be honest, seasonality isn't going away, but how we prepare for it and adapt to it, that's totally within our control. So let's kind of get into it. Let's roll up our sleeves and unpack this. The first strategy I want to share is understanding and anticipating your seasonal trends. And no, I'm not talking about guessing when it might get busy. I'm talking about getting really geeky and nerdy with your numbers. Dive into your data, dive into your booking patterns, your website analytics, your customer feedback. I really want you to see exactly when things boom and really get in the weeds with your numbers, when they tend to go up, when they tend to go down. Maybe your busiest month isn't just summer. It's late January when the city or your region winds down. Maybe midwinter gets a surprise bump from snow chasers or wellness seekers. When you really understand these rhythms in your numbers, you can plan your staffing, your stocking, your promotions, and your marketing with laser-focused precision. Now, once you know your seasonal heartbeat, that brings me to the second powerful move and strategy, diversifying your offerings. Seasonal businesses that thrive aren't necessarily working harder, you guessed it. They're working smarter. A winery that's packed during harvest season might transform into a cozy winter glamping retreat in the cooler months. A summer water sports hub or adventure park might run wellness and meditation weekends when the water's too cold to swim in the winter. It's all about stretching your core strengths into new experiences that meet people where they are all year round. And speaking of timing, here's another golden opportunity, targeting shoulder season visitors. The shoulder seasons, what are they? The shoulder seasons, what are they exactly? Remember those precious periods right between peak and off-peak are a goldmine if you know how to speak the language to the right audience. Think retired humans looking for a quieter getaway, freelancers and digital nomads craving a working holiday, even young families outside of school holidays. Collaborate, create packages, tell your destination story, your business story, and create deals that specifically woo these groups when things would otherwise slow down, which flows perfectly into another strategy I think you'll love: building loyal and reward programs. It's always easier and cheaper to bring back a happy customer than to find a brand new one. So how are you communicating and treating your VIPs who already know you, like you, and love you, and invite them to come back? Maybe it's a simple come back and save. Maybe it's an exclusive local or, customer first booking offer. Maybe it's a surprise handwritten thank you note with a cheeky update next time they stay. Loyalty isn't about flashy tech. It's about genuine, consistent connection and communication to those who have supported you up until now. Of course, to manage all this behind the scenes, we need the tools, the software, and the tech. And that leads me to that next must do: leverage technology for efficient tourism operations. From smarter booking systems to customer relationship management tools to digital marketing that runs while you sleep, using the right tech means you're ready to pivot. That word. Ready to kind of change things up and communicate quickly with whatever the season brings you. Even something simple like dynamic pricing. Hello, airline industry, love my airline days. Can transform how you maximize high season and soften the dips during low season. Now, none of us does this alone, which is why one of the most joyful strategies that I love to talk about is to collaborate and partner with your local business community and your trade partners within your industry. Get creative. Pair up with that spa down the road. Link arms with that boutique gin distillery or brewery or winery. Collaborate on a campaign with a trusted, loyal agent, online or offline. Your visitor information centre. Again, when was the last time you dropped in and said g'day and shouted everyone, those volunteers, to morning tea? Co-host a festival or create a seasonal bundle that offers your visitors a ready-made adventure. Tourism is, at its heart, about connection and collaboration. And collaboration multiplies your visibility and your value in the market. And finally, my absolute favorite in a mix of favorite strategies, and the most fun, is plan those off-season events and promotions. Don't wait for people to maybe stumble across you and what you do. Give them the why, the reason why they must visit, all year round. Any destination can host a winter wellness festival. A rural town can light up with a harvest food weekend. A historic hotel could run a murder mystery event. Any tiny, whimsical idea can create word-of-mouth magic and fill your rooms when they might otherwise sit empty. Look at small Victorian regional town of Timboola and what the vision of Chan, one of the founders of the Timboola Imaginarium and Wimmera Steampunk Festival, have done to place Timboola and the wider Wimmera region on the map. Inspiring stuff, all sparked with an idea, a vision, and courage to act. And just like that, that's my seasonal strategies to share with you today for today's episode of the Tourism Hub podcast. And just like that, after a short break, it's a pleasure to be back, and it's a wrap for today's episode of the Tourism Hub podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in and sharing your precious time with us. I hope today's ideas sparked something fresh for you and gave you the confidence that you can ride the waves of seasonality like the powerhouse tourism organisation and human of tourism that you are. Don't forget, you can grab all the details and extra resources over the show notes at instituteofexcellence.com/71 for the 71st episode. And if this episode ignited you or simply reminded you why you love this beautiful industry, please take a moment to subscribe, leave a review, and most importantly, share it with your fellow tourism brothers and sisters, because together we lift each other higher like a beautiful hot air balloon. Until next time, my friends, ignite excellence, go out there and be better and do better today than you did yesterday.
Relax.